Good evening, this is Maria Consuelo for our Eye on Capitol Hill. Today a vote took place regarding the Today the House passed a resolution to increase the federal minimum wage from $5.15 an hour to $7.25 an hour over 2 years. The bill passed today by a resounding margin of 315 to 116. The Senate's version of the bill passed by a margin of 94 to 3. Now that the Senate and the House have passed their versions, the Joint Committee on Resolutions will have to meet to write a bill that is satisfactory for the House and the Senate. Let's go to our man on the street, Mike Oxlong, to see what the public thinks about this new bill with the potential to soon become a law. Mike?
Mike Oxlong here, reporting on the street, seeing what the public knows about Congress. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm great. What's your name?
My name is Jim.
Jim, nice to meet you. Just have a couple questions for you. Do you have any idea right now what's going on in Congress?
Oh, absolutely. They're debating very important issues.
Do you know what issues they're debating?
No.
No? Any idea?
I have absolutely no idea.
Well, one important one that was debated in the first 100 hours of Congress was...
100 hours?
The first 100 hours.
Oh, okay.
Was the increase in minimum wage. Any thoughts on that?
Oh, of course. I think that minimum wage should be increased to the maximum.
What's the maximum in your mind?
At least $10 an hour.
$10 an hour? How does $7.25 sound to you?
A little low.
A little low.
Kind of low.
A little low?
You're kind of lowballing me here, Mike.
Well, that's what the federal government's going to increase it to, $7.25.
What is it now?
$5.15?
It's $5.15?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Breaking news. Nancy Pelosi wore a hideous outfit to the State of the Union address, a possibly devastating move in her quest to be a lawmaker. More on this as the story develops.
What else do you know, Nick? About Congress? About anything. It seems like you don't know much about really anything, so please, enlighten us.
Well, shit. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thanks for your help, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. Truly an informative interview. Also on Capitol Hill, Congress is looking to reduce the interest rates on student loans permanently to 2.5%. The legislation passed in the House 356 to 71 would slice rates on the subsidized loans from 6.8% to 2.5% in stages over 5 years at a cost to taxpayers of $6 billion. About 5.5 million students receive the loans each year. This bill has the potential to save many students a lot of money. Considering the impact the bill will have, it is surprising to see that the majority of the public are in the dark because of the lack of media coverage. Let's see what Pierce College attendees had to say.
My name is Shahriar Sharifi. I live in Encino right now. This is my first year here at Pierce.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
And how long have you worked in the scholarships, financial aid, building at Pierce College?
I've worked about 8 months in the financial aid office.
Okay. Are you aware of the current bill right now in Congress that was first introduced in the first 100 hours of the 110th Congress for permanently putting student loans at a 2.5% interest rate after a student leaves college?
Yeah.
Could you please repeat the...
Yes, I was aware of the bill that was passed. I mean, not passed yet, but the bill that says the interest rate will go to 2.5 after the student.
Okay, and how did you become aware of that?
Through the financial aid office.
Through the financial aid office. Did you hear anything about it on the news when in January they were originally covering the 100 hours?
I didn't hear about it in the news, but like when we tell the students about like the interest rates and everything like that, that's how I learned it from there.
Yes, my name is Claudia Ramirez Yaglian, and I've been working here for about 5 years. And I do general counseling and also athletic counseling.
Okay.
And I teach.
Oh, wow. Jack of all trades. Have you heard about the new bill that was introduced in the first 100 hours of the new Congress, the 110th Congress, that would fix student interest rates on loans to 2.5%? Did you hear about any of that in the media?
I actually have not heard of that new bill in the media, no.
Do you think that if you would have heard about it, you would have been able to maybe suggest to a lot of students coming through your office, not to worry so much about financing college? And
well, it sounds like the percentage rate or the interest rate would go down, so that would be great. I think you had mentioned 2% or
2.5%.
2.5%.
It become what's more important than the actual percentage is the fact that it's a fixed rate, and there's always like so many fluctuations in interest rates. So students will get themselves into a loan and not later know that they have to actually pay more on it.
Right. Well, if I knew about it, I think it's a better way to go rather than sometimes students seek loans from banks which give higher percentage rates, and I would definitely encourage them to do it through school loans, and I'd mentioned the lowered rate, so I think it definitely would help out students financially.
And generally, what kind of students that come through your office generally need the actual financial aid help or student loans?
Low-income students, usually coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, minority students, first-generation college students, students who are living on their own, not considered independent, but they still have to provide for themselves. Those type of students.
And generally, the age range for the students coming in seeking
financial aid? Actually, it varies. I get students as young as, let's say, 18 years old to about, I want to say 40 years old even, 40, maybe even 50 years old, who come in seeking financial aid assistance.
Congress is still debating the war in Iraq. Wait, I have some more information. Never mind, they're still debating. More as the story develops.
In your personal opinion, do you think that the students that do need the financial aid and the student loans and are willing to take on student loans are the ones that are generally more dedicated to school at the same time?
I myself, when I was in school, I also had to take out student loans. And I know the reason why I did it is because I was serious about completing my educational goals. So I think any student who would go as far as getting a loan and knowing that they have to pay this money back is because they're a dedicated student and they're serious about their education.
It's nice to see we're doing our job here and thoroughly informing the public with important issues. Coming up after the break, man bites dog. Stay tuned.